How's it going, you amazing Hylians? It's Jay, and in today's video we're going to be looking at some incredible dream islands recreated in Animal Crossing. So whip out that sword, grab your shield and join us for some Zelda Dream Islands. I absolutely adore the Legend of Zelda series. The art direction, the storylines, the music, each and every game is a treat from start to finish. And when it comes to Animal Crossing, I love seeing how much creativity has been poured into these dream islands, these themed islands based on games and movies and books. It's so good. And I can't believe we haven't even done a Zelda Dream Island tour until today. And trust me, if you love Zelda, these islands are amazing. Stick around, check these out. Open your eyes, Link, and prepare to enter one of the most incredible Zelda-themed islands in Animal Crossing. Created by Stanglass Crossing, this is a mammoth tribute to over 35 years of adventuring. As soon as I strolled past those 2.0 castle gates, I was in awe, in absolute awe, of just how much detail there is to see and soak up. The opening area very much Breath of the Wild inspired, drawing influence from those devious guardians made cleverly using mannequins. Getting out my camera and shifting into those more higher angles, you can see just how many little details have been dropped about. Swords, evil eyes and floor tiles to really lure you into this world. On top of those stunning shrines, we've got smart use of statues, relics, ruined arches and pillars to really set the scene. Huge sprawling vines and weeds kind of build up this ancient abandoned feel. It's absolutely mesmerising. A quick stop for a nap and we're off to the Kakariko village, cleverly made up of small stalls with all sorts of Zelda Easter eggs, from Majora's Mask to Hylian shields, to timeless pumpkin patches to traditional Hylian dress. I was just blown away by all the detail in the Easter eggs. Stanglass is an absolute genius. Head further north and it's a slightly creepier side to the island. Yes, it's the Kakariko graveyard, riddled with skeletons, and that creepy white blood pan monster thing from Ocarina of Time. We even had those spooky little Poes just floating about, all chill, plus our good friend Dampe. What I loved about the island and this new 2.0 update is the ability to have scenes a bit like this, where it feels like you're playing a classic top-down Zelda, but at a 3D angle. It's so much fun. Further south we encounter the Elden Bridge ruins. Yes, remember the old bridge from Twilight Princess? It's here and it's been gorgeously recreated using castle pieces, patterns, rocks and flowers to really bring out that ruined, decayed feel. Definitely one of my favourite parts of the island to explore, especially from top-down camera angles like this. It's so much fun, I could literally just do this all day. After spending about 10 minutes walking back and forth on this bridge, it was time to roam east and encounter one of the most gorgeous parts of the island, Ganondorf's Corrupted Garden. Serene, slightly sad, but majestic all in one. Just look at this gorgeous shot by the piano. I loved Lost Woods area as well, built up with trees, stones and flora, perfect for some classic Zelda angles and capturing that sense of mystery perfectly. It led us nicely into the Temple of Time ruins, again built up with statues, ruined patterns, vines. Just look at how stunning this top-down shot is. It's truly a thing of Hylian beauty, peaceful yet with a sense of danger, lurking in the shadows. One of my most favourite areas to wander about on this island was Telma's Bar from Twilight Princess. Just look at the vibe right here. Clever ways of building up the detail using hats for dishes, papers, books, umbrellas for crates of food. Absolutely genius. I got so absorbed by this design I really felt I was there, but I even tried to talk to the mannequin, just believing it was Telma. Rivali's Landing was at the very top of the island, cleverly done, using fossils and vines to really draw you up to the peak. I won't spoil too much though, because there's just a ridiculous amount to encounter, loads of things we haven't even featured in this video. Just look at how much love and dedication has been poured into SKYLOFT. It's a thing of pure Zelda joy, all done in Animal Crossing. Definitely check out SKYLOFT, Dream code is below, and there's a super handy map on Stanglass's Twitter as well. Let's fall into a deep slumber and explore the mythical, magical island of Koholint. I stumbled on this gorgeous island by heyitslemonlime on Reddit and was amazed. As soon as I saw screenshots of a pixelated Link's tribute, I knew I had to run for my bed and drift off to Koholint. It was my first ever Zelda game, captured perfectly in pixel form. Awakening from a slumber, you're greeted by a super detailed pixel graph and path texture that's been painstakingly mapped throughout the island, potholes, hidden staircases and even cliff tops. After about a minute you almost forget that it's Animal Crossing as you start to roam about. Behind the plaza is a huge castle that feels like it's been straight out the game, built out with walls, floor textures, a perfect recreation of Koholint Castle. I love the combination of sprite patterns and cutouts to really give it a little bit of a 3D twist. Whip out your camera and you really get a feel of how impressive this island is, especially with the new angles in the 2.0 update. I wandered over to the little villager area and it feels like we're home. It feels Zelda through and through, with the Animal Crossing objects dropped about to really complete the island style. The original game was set on an island, so recreating the whole mysterious tropical story is a perfect fit for New Horizons. Grabbing a ladder and you're greeted by a desert maze, owl statues and a real smart way of using plants and skulls to build up that sense of 3D. I loved getting these additional diagonal angles and it feels very much like the Switch remake of Link's Awakening, but with that splash of retro. I just love heyitslemonlime's attention to detail. Wandering down to the beach, and of course we find a certain Marin who kept on running away as I tried to snap a little photo. Wait, come on! We need this shot for a video. Marin, no, Marin. Aww. On the west side of the island we stumble upon Maybe Village, with its cute residential houses, shrines and even a mysterious forest, complete with that bloody annoying raccoon. What's incredible about exploring the higher parts of the island is that sense of scale, especially when you look over the cliff top and see a sprite and patterned areas below. Speaking of mountains, we have the iconic scene with a very important egg that lurks at the very top. Using the new camera angles and you can really get a sense of scale for the whole design. I love it and I don't want the dream to be over. Definitely check out the dreamy island of Koholint. Dream codes are below. The final island to explore is New Hyrule by Daega, a clever island full of Zelda tributes and a smart use of pixel patterns to draw you in this incredible design. This time round it was inspired by the 16-bit classic, the iconic adventure, A Link to the Past. First things first, time to equip some gear. I love how Daega left some Zelda themed bits to grab as you dress up to become fully immersed in this striking world. After equipping up I wandered in and got lost in the Lost Woods. You guessed it, yep, the Lost Woods. I love the idea, a huge forest of closely packed trees and bamboo speakers that guide you through, very much like Ocarina of Time. It did take me a little bit of time to get through, and yes, I did use the camera to cheat. A little bit, just a tiny bit. Once through, we're drawn down these little paths to find a certain hero and legendary blade. I love the long winding paths throughout the island, so pretty under the Hylian moonlight. I love the use of pattern shapes on the stone floor, really clever as well, little nods to the series whilst keeping that 90s Zelda aesthetic very much in the forefront. Onto the classic Kakariko village, and I just loved how it felt like A Link to the Past. The wooden stump fences, the patterned grass, just look how awesome it looks like when you explore it using the angled camera. If the game had a remake, it would feel very much like this, a blend of 2D and 3D, a heroic hybrid. And speaking of the remakes, the island has some familiar faces from the 3DS sequel, A Link Between Worlds. I loved the use of these islanders to really take on the Zelda characters, definitely had a little giggle with some of the choice of phrases. Further west we stumble upon Hyrule Castle, cleverly built up using panels to keep that retro pixel aesthetic. Just look how pretty it looks when using that angled camera. Of course, at the very top of the island, a familiar old man from the very first Zelda. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. The island just fit together perfectly, and it would be amazing to see a future Zelda game that has this kind of retro and new style together. Definitely check out New Hyrule, Dream Code is below. So what do you think of these islands? Let us know your thoughts below, and if you've got your own Zelda island, also share your dream address as well. And if you love talking Animal Crossing, Nintendo and all sorts of geeky gaming things, be sure to check out our Discord, join the conversation, links are below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, you may want to subscribe. And before you move on to the next video, be sure to check out our exclusive merch, Geeky and Gaming Designs, voted for by you. Links are below. Thanks so much for your support. There we go, a little slice of Hyrule in Animal Crossing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!